Hi there, I'm Grumpity Linden, VP of Product. I was looking around for some new places to visit and saw a few really interesting things in the destination guide. Cool, I thought. I'll just go check out Kaleidoscope, that monarch butterfly preserve. On my phone. No big deal. Wait, what? Yeah, it's true. It's still early, but we're super excited to share a first peek at something new. Second Life Mobile. Look, it's me, on my phone. Let's face it, this isn't the first time we've tried to build a mobile viewer because of course we want to have all the glory of Second Life in our pocket. But honestly, this is the most exciting result we've seen so far. We really wanted to start with the hardest things first. What's the hardest? Avatars and beautiful world views. And we wanted to make sure that our app works on all platforms. And so, it is with joy and trepidation that we share with you the early results of these efforts. Of course, it's still very much a work in progress. You will see very little functionality or user interface for now. But here it is, immediate, vibrant Second Life on Android and iOS. For a little bit more about what to expect with Second Life Mobile, here's my colleague Mojo Linden.
Thanks, Grumpity. As the VP of Engineering, I have been working closely with the development team to make sure that the community can experience everything they love about Second Life while on the go with our upcoming mobile viewer. As Grumpity mentioned, to make this happen, we've started our development work with some of the most challenging aspects first. That includes delivering the full rendering of avatars with all their complex attachments and behaviors, as well as the full rendering of 3D environments that are so critical to the Second Life experience. The Second Life mobile viewer is built on Unity, and that fact has paved the way for residents to be able to explore and engage across the virtual world using multiple mobile phone and tablet platforms, including Android and iOS. I have been blown away at how lush and engaging an experience we can get on a mobile device. I thought we were going to have to give up some of that beauty of Second Life to get it working on mobile phones. But so far, we haven't had to compromise too much on graphic fidelity. It's all still very recognizable, in many cases downright gorgeous. But of course, I have a biased opinion and look forward to hearing what you all think. What you're seeing right now shows our progress so far, but there's still much work to be done before we launch Second Life Mobile. Here's Patch to let you know more about what's next.
Thanks, Mojo. I'm Patch, VP of Product Operations at Second Life, and I'm really excited to share with you a bit more about the future of Second Life Mobile. Over the past nearly 2 decades, I have seen Second Life enable people from all corners of the globe to create, socialize, experiment, engage in education, business, or even develop relationships, sometimes those which may follow through into the real world. Second Life allows people to really connect in a meaningful way that other remote-type scenarios do not work well for. There's an increased sense of connectedness when you are virtually placed within an immersive environment, and that proves to always be powerful when it comes to generating remembrance of that experience. Successfully, Second Life has demonstrated over the past nearly 20 years that you can find almost every interest you might have presented in various unique ways. As a platform, it enables opportunities to engage with it for entertainment value or a variety of other practical means. For example, I can find various types of roleplay, games, adventure, or quests, or sometimes I might just be happy with wandering and exploring the vast continents that comprise the mainland or Belisaria with all of its hidden discoverable gems and artifacts. With that said, now imagine being able to stay connected with your Second Life from anywhere, chat with friends, visit your favorite in-world hangout spots, and later, do pretty much anything you can do with the desktop Second Life viewer without being tethered to your computer. We're still working hard to bring the best of what you expect from Second Life to a mobile experience, and we can't wait to show you more in the coming months as our development progress continues. Your world, your imagination, anywhere, any place. Mobile is coming soon to Second Life.
Wow. Yay. I was so happy to see that.
Wasn't that great?
Right? It was so much fun.
Super proud.
I have so many questions about that video, but let's get into the show. So, hello and welcome everybody to Lab Gab, a talk show about the virtual world of Second Life. I'm your host, Strawberry Linden. Today on our show, we are speaking with Second Life's VP of Product, Grumpity Linden, VP of Product Operations Patch Linden, and VP of Engineering Mojo Linden. Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thank you.
So before I get into the questions, I wanted to give you all an opportunity to briefly introduce yourselves to our viewers. Please tell us how long you've been at Linden Lab and what you do here. So Mojo, why don't you go first?
Absolutely. Well, I'm the VP of Engineering. I've been here about a year and a half and super excited to basically be on board.
Awesome. And how about you, Patch?
Well, I'm the VP of Product Operations. I've been here for a little over 15 years now.
Wow.
A lot of people know what I do, but I basically run support and our product ops team, which is responsible for the moles and the content creators on the grid.
Awesome. And how about you, Grumpity?
I have been here, I was counting, 13 years, which is kind of crazy and ridiculous. And I am the VP of product. And that means I have no power, but I'm responsible for a bunch of things. It's not entirely true, but I really work with an awesome team that we call the Office of Second Life.
I feel like such a baby around you guys.
You are a baby, Mojo.
Everybody's been here forever. Okay, so my first question is actually for the baby, Mojo. Let's talk about the video we just saw. Do you have a mobile update for us?
Yes. As you can see, we are super excited about mobile and eager to give everyone a peek at our progress. We began development in October of last year. Now, what we're doing is we're leveraging the Unity engine, and that has really helped with quick progress and portability to iOS and Android. We really didn't know if we could achieve the quality targets we were hoping for on mobile when we set out. There's just so many complexities to the proper rendering of avatars and the environments in Second Life. They're really rich. And we're still working out all the different corner cases, but our goals have been to present a mobile window into the existing world of Second Life in all its glory, and I think we're going to be able to live up to that.
Awesome. So what is there a release timeline for mobile?
Well, I think the last half of this year, our plan is to release a beta with some limited functionality, but we want to give something out to the community, that should be able to allow people to explore locations, change outfits, hang out and chat. Our plan is to layer more features over multiple releases after that.
Nice. I have a really important question for Grumpity next that everybody's wondering about. Why are you no longer a stick figure?
Well, it was time to grow up and mature, but no, actually not. So that mobile video, there's obviously a blooper reel that doesn't make it to that video. And one of the things, the app is very much still in development. One of the things that happened as we were filming is I discovered that not all of the attachments were at the right angle. And so my ears were sideways, and I was unhappy with the sideways ears on the stick figure avatar. And I figured it would be kind of cool to play with a human avatar for a while. But I can't stay away. It's coming back. The tail came back first. The rest of the stick figure is coming back soon.
I was kind of enjoying the human, but I do love your stick figure, I have to say. So,
I have mixed feelings.
So on Monday, we announced a new pricing structure for infrastructure investment, including a new price for full regions and also new buy and selfies. Can you talk about that in more detail?
Sure. So we have since 2017 and then 2018 and almost every year since then been working to lower the price of land. And we have reiterated our commitment to making land more accessible for all of our residents. But this is no small feat in Second Life because the business is built on land, and both your business residents and our business as Linden's. So we have to figure out ways to make up for that. And so we always try to find the kind of the fairest way to do it. And as we were looking for a way to lower the price of land, we decided that Linden dollar fees were really the way to do it. Of course, we know your prices are going up, and our prices are going up, and the cost of everything is going up, and so we took as long as we could before raising fees. But it's happened. Full regions are $20 a month less, which we actually think is kind of significant. And the fees on the Lindex, both to buy Linden dollars and to sell Linden dollars, have gone up a bit. And we're watching very closely to see what happens in the markets. So far, fingers crossed, we hope that things remain steady.
There's also a new option to pay for private regions with Linden dollars, which is more expensive than paying with USD for both buyers and sellers of Linden dollars. Why is that? Is that intentional?
Yeah, actually, it was the fee calculation difference between U.S. dollar and London dollar. Of course, isn't very direct. And we also kind of added a little bit of a multiplier, just to be transparent about it. It's a bit of a convenience fee in the sense that, we're doing the extra lift and legwork of taking the Linden dollars in, exchanging them on the Lindex, basically behind the scenes, because we also have to participate in the economy at this level in doing this for folks. And so, yes, the price is a little higher. So that's where we landed on for the pricing with them.
So do people need to pay VAT or other country taxes on these Linden payments for land?
No, actually. So you only have to pay VAT or other country taxes when you're paying in fiat currency, like US dollars. So no.
Okay, well, that's good to know. On to the next topic. There is some concern about bot activity in the community. Can you please let the viewers know what we're working on to address those concerns?
Yes, so we're working on a new policy, or have been working on a new policy. We had to take some time and get it reviewed by our legal team, compliance team, and such. That took several weeks to get all of the necessary reviews in place for it, and we're expecting to bring it out next week, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good.
Yep. And in addition to that, we are also making some product changes where we're putting control in the hands of estates so that an estate owner will be able to choose access levels for scripted agents going forward. And those should be rolling out soon, TM, probably in weeks.
Excellent. Good to know. Okay, next topic everybody wants to know about is PBR. Mojo, can you tell us more about what that is, and is there an ETA on that yet?
Sure, absolutely. So PBR is one of the more exciting developments that bring more realistic lighting to Second Life. And it really brings our engine technology forward about 10 years from where it's been. So PBR stands for physical-based rendering, and it allows content creators to define materials based on how they reflect light in the real world. So what's great is that this is leveraging the Chronos GLTF specification, and this is going to allow creators to draw from the many content libraries and tools that have really already defined these materials. So with this feature, we're also introducing reflection probes. And what this is a way of having graphics engine generate multiple environment maps throughout your scene. And so what PBR materials do is that they sample from those nearest environment maps to create these really shiny surfaces. Now, the technique also is used to create this complex and rich lighting, so that light from a window, for instance, can light an interior. And that light can actually bounce off the surfaces. So I think it's better to see than to tell.
Yeah.
And I will note that you can check this out on Aditi. Intel has kind of a demo that they have that we've imported. Actually, I need to give credit, and we'll do so in the chat. But it's Intel Sponza demo, and it's on Rumpus Room 4, And you can also check out a very cool mech on Rumpus Room 6. I think, as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Go check that out. Now, you ask, when can people get their hands on it? There's absolutely a project viewer out now, and many in the community are trying to help out, providing us feedback now. And we want to be absolutely sure that we're not going to cause content headaches for people, as we've been fixing bugs for quite some time. So in truth, we don't plan to release it until we're really confident that it's ready to go. And it might be another 3 months.
3 months, okay. And a question that keeps coming up, do residents need to have higher end computers to see PBR content? And what if they don't have higher end computers? What can they do?
They don't need higher end computers, but I will say that there can be expensive parts. The most expensive thing are these reflection probes. And so should people have any kind of performance issues, just turn off reflections. And that will kind of basically get the lighting system back to where it was as it was in the old viewers. However, we've been doing a ton of optimization to ensure that people won't need to upgrade their computers to take advantage of this new lighting. So just check it out.
Well, that's good to know. So will there be PBR documentation and tutorials people can learn from?
There will certainly be samples and documentation. I believe we'll shoot some tutorial video as well. What's great is that there's many in the community that are already helping others get started.
And what about mirrors? When am I getting those, Mojo?
Mirrors. So the cool thing is that PBR and this reflection probe work is taking us 3/4 of the way there to mirrors. Shortly after shipping PBR, we're going to ship planar mirrors. You can kind of sort of fake it now with PBR, but it's just not what people are expecting. And so we know that this comes right after it, and we're excited to ship that too.
Great. So does this all mean that we're changing the graphics engine?
I guess that depends on what you mean. No, not really. Our desktop leverages a custom engine, and we've been improving that. Performance improvements, putting PBR into that custom engine. We plan on continuing to invest in that engine for desktop for the foreseeable future. We do have some parallel efforts. I mean, I showed you the mobile video that's on Unity, but it's really specific to those efforts. Now, if you're talking about kind of the underlying graphics API, we do have plans to change that. We're currently on OpenGL. Our plan is to move over to Vulkan for our underlying graphics APIs. I think this is going to be a tremendous help on performance and getting better support for more modern features, for more graphics cards.
So this is all planned for later this year and the coming years?
It is. It is planned for later this year. We've got a full docket of work for the viewer team.
Really excited. I know we also have some updates coming up for our inventories. Can you talk about that a little bit, Grumpity?
Yeah, I'd love to. So one of the projects we're working on is inventory thumbnails, and we think of it in the view of our larger goals to help with not just inventory management in general, but avatar customization in particular. We think inventory thumbnails really help with both of these goals, and it's one of the steps on the road to a more streamlined avatar customization experience. Together with the thumbnails, we're also going to add a single folder inventory view, and the team working on that is actually quite excited about the progress they're making, and I'm quite excited about the progress they're making too. I think it's not going to be like game changer, but I think it is an important step and a quality of life improvement, both for new users and for existing residents.
For sure, I agree. I know you also have updates coming to the viewer. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we're also working on an emoji viewer. It's actually a third-party viewer contribution from Catsnip, from Kitty Barnett. And we have been kind of going back and forth, trying to integrate it, trying to make sure that everything works, that, Unicode has a way of breaking things. And just making sure that there are no lingering problems. We're expecting a project viewer in weeks, so
Nice. Okay.
kind of soon. Yeah.
Great. Mojo, I'm going to pick on you again. Are there any plans for making Second Life VR ready?
We've definitely been talking about it, but probably not this year. Frame rate has to be really good to be able to render, both the right and left eye at 60 hertz so that the experience doesn't suck. So a lot of optimization, kind of has already been put into the product, but we'd actually need more to get to that fidelity. Hopefully the work later this year on Vulkan will contribute to that. We'll work on mirrors is going to help with setting up arbitrary cameras so it's going to help play into solving some of the problems that we'll have for VR. So it really, all this kind of sets the stage for us coming back to VR perhaps sometime next year. We'll see. We don't have anything on the docket, but we're thinking about it. I guess it's the best I can say.
Great news. So, are there plans for an official Second Life Linux viewer?
We do have internal tools that really benefit from a Linux viewer. But what we're using as a stopgap now is that we found that it runs on Wine and Proton, and so that's kind of been our internal Linux solution. We aren't currently making investments in getting things running on Linux and getting that out to the public right now. It's another thing that's often requested. We probably have an internal need to get it done at some point. I'm just saying it's also not in the plans for this year, but we're aware of it, and I think we'll get around to it eventually.
Okay, let's talk about Marketplace. There's a lot of changes happening there. Can you go into details about that?
Sure. So last week, we released an upgrade to Marketplace Search. And we upgraded Elasticsearch, which is the back end for the search on the Marketplace, from version 2.3 to version 8.4, which is pretty dramatic. And considering the enormous amount of listings on the Marketplace, this was quite a feat. And as we made these changes, we've been trying to test as much as possible before we rolled it out. But once things went out, we heard a lot of feedback from the community. We've been taking this feedback. We don't want you to be unhappy. The goal of doing these upgrades is to let people who are searching for stuff when they're shopping to find the things that they're looking for. And so we're taking your feedback. We're making changes. Yesterday, we blogged about the first set of changes we're making. And the first of those has actually rolled out. So we've removed the 50-page cap on search results. I can explain why we had it. Our stats showed that people weren't really looking at the higher numbered pages beyond the first 50. And there's some obviously increased load time as a result of it. But we heard from you. You want them back? They're back. So now if you go to Marketplace Search, you'll see all the pages of the results. And the next change that's going to roll out has to do with Boolean search, essentially, which means whether you get the and or the or if you put in two search terms. So if I'm searching for cat ears, I will get the result of only listings that include both cat and ears. Not cat or ears. There's some conversation about, what would be optimal, but this is the change we're making. The only time that you will see a different behavior is if you're using advanced search terms. So, for example, if you put something in quotation marks, or if you write cat or ears, or if you do cat ears asterisk, then we will interpret this as you using Boolean search and do what you're asking us. And there's also a bug where featured listings were not being updated properly. And that will also be rolling out soon. So I know people have been very frustrated with the changes that have rolled out. We're listening. We're making changes. Be patient. And hopefully, in the coming days and weeks, the search relevance results will give everybody more better outcomes and more of what they're looking for.
Good to hear. So, a lot of residents wonder if we have in-world office hours where they can attend and learn more about what's going on at Linden Lab, what we're doing, and speak to other Linden employees. Do we have anything like that?
Of course. Um, and in fact, Strawberry, I think you maintain a calendar of these things.
Yes.
We have user groups for all sorts of topics. There's content creators user groups, there's web user groups, there's a link in the description for this video. Choose your favorite and come talk to us.
Yep. The link to the user groups is in the description, as on also the link to the Second Life public calendar, which has all of the listings for the user groups and other events and so forth that Linden Lab has. So make sure you subscribe to the calendar as well. Patch, I'm going to pick on you next because I want to know more about the Nux avatars. Will there be a dev kit? Where are we with the Nux avatars? Will they be PBR ready? Is there an ETA?
Yeah, so we're actually quite a ways along in their development. I know it's been quite some time since we've given an update on them.
Yeah.
Things are moving along very nicely. The avatars themselves are actually done. We're actually filling out a full line of clothing and attachments and all sorts of goodies and such to go with them. You know, the premise of the whole project, and I just want to remind everybody, is that, you know, these are being designed to make onboarding users into Second Life better, simpler, easier, fun, give them customization options as soon as they come in, and, you know, give them a nice set of standards to kind of grow from. The overall project itself is taking a little bit longer than we had initially anticipated, but I think we will probably have some more updates on this soon when we kind of start to wrap up various bits and pieces of the not just the content, but also the other engineering and technical sides of the project, like the web-based side, as it proceeds down the pipeline. There will be a dev kit. We will release that earlier than probably launching the project overall, to give content creators and such a chance to dive in and maybe start making some stuff for them.
Nice.
And they will be PBR ready. Some of our initial content won't necessarily come out with PBR materials and such enabled on them, but they absolutely will work with them.
Great to know. And, you know, question I always ask, can you give us an update on Linden Homes?
Sure. We will have some more information about Linden Homes coming out pretty soon. We've got a few things in the works. We've got the Premium Plus Linden Homes that are nearing completion. We've also got some other exciting expansions and additions to current existing themes like Victorian that we're about to bring out as well. So really soon, anytime now, as soon as we get it done, like the team says, we like it practically perfect in every way before we put them in your hands.
Yay, I'm excited. And finally, this is our 20th year. We're going to be celebrating our 20th anniversary in June. Do you have any announcements about that, Patch? Do you want to tell us what the theme is?
It's really, really, really big. I don't want to spoil the theme just yet, but we'll probably have an announcement about this coming out really, really soon as well. So stay tuned. We'll get that out to everybody, as well as signups for joining in the festivities and such to come really soon.
Yes, I'm so excited. Well, thank you so much. I wanted to give an opportunity to each of you, if you wanted to have any last words for our viewers. Grumpity, sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
Can I just say how much fun it was making the mobile video?
Yes, you absolutely can. You know how much fun it was watching you guys playing on mobile? I can't wait.
We're so excited.
That's awesome. How about you, Mojo?
Yeah, I mean, I second what Grumpity said. We are having a blast. I am having a blast. I feel so lucky to be here and participate. So, and to bring mobile to Second Life is such an honor.
Awesome. And how about you, Patch?
Mobile was a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we can maybe pull together a blooper reel of some of the stuff that's gone into it. It'd be pretty cool.
Yes, I want to see that. I totally want to see that. Thank you so
Nightmare
much.
fuel.
I want to see your floppy ears that you were talking about. That'll be pretty
They're sideways. They're not
Sideways.
even floppy. They're just crooked.
Well, can't wait to see them. Well, thank you so much, Grumpity, Patch, and Mojo, for taking the time to speak to me today. And thanks to our viewers for watching. And remember to stay safe and stay virtual. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Strawberry.
Bye.
Thank you.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell for more content on our YouTube channel.
Love it.